An old man, a boy, a frog and 51 calligraphy fonts were hand-carved on an area smaller than the size of a rice grain. The size of this grain of rice is 2.99 times 6.25 millimeters. The entire handmade micro-carving is smaller than the area of a grain of rice. The size of this sesame is 3.62 times 2.1 millimeters. An old man, a boy and a frog were hand-carved in an area equivalent to the size of sesame seeds. The size of the entire micro-carving is only 2.24 times 4.85 square millimeters. The size of the entire hand-carved is only 1.75 times 4.3 square millimeters. It includes an old man, a boy, a frog, 51 calligraphy fonts and 3 seals. The size of an old man, a boy and a frog hand-carved is only 1.28 times 4.08 square millimeters. The size of an old man is only 1.05 times 3.91 square millimeters. The size of a boy is only 0.97 times 1.24 square millimeters. It is equivalent to a square millimeter a little bit larger. The size of a frog is only 0.26 times 0.4 square millimeters. It is equivalent to 1/9 of a square millimeter. The size of the old man's head is only 0.42 times 0.64 square millimeters, including 2 eyes, 2 eyebrows, nose, mouth and beard. It is roughly equivalent to 1/4 of the size of a square millimeter. The size of an old man's eye is only about 0.05 times 0.07 square millimeters. It is equivalent to 1/285th of a square millimeter. The size of the other eye of the old man is only about 0.18 times 0.08 square millimeters, including the eyes and eyebrows. It is equivalent to 1/69th of a square millimeter. The size of the old man's nose is only about 0.095 times 0.1 square millimeters, including 2 nostrils. It is equivalent to 1/105th of a square millimeter. The size of the old man's mouth and beard is only about 0.24 times 0.39 square millimeters. It is equivalent to 1/10th of a square millimeter. The size of the boy's head is only 0.39 times 0.37 square millimeters, including 2 eyes, eyebrows, mouth and ears. It is equivalent to 1/7th of a square millimeter. On the right is a hand-carved font on human hair. The width of human hair is generally about 0.1 millimeters, and the widest is about 0.17 millimeters. It is difficult to engrave fonts on hair with a width of less than 0.08 millimeters. The width of pig bristles is generally about 0.25 millimeters. The width of the boy's 2 eyes is only 15 millimeters, which is equivalent to the width of a human hair. The size of an eye and eyebrow of a boy is only about 0.06 times 0.05 square millimeters. It is equivalent to 1/333rd of a square millimeter. The size of the boy's other eyes and eyebrows is only about 0.065 times 0.06 square millimeters. It is equivalent to 1/256th of a square millimeter. The size of the boy's mouth is only about 0.04 times 0.065 square millimeters, as well as upper and lower lips. It is equivalent to 1/384th of a square millimeter. The size of an ear of the boy is only about 0.095 times 0.08 square millimeters. It is equivalent to 1/131st of a square millimeter. The size of one of the boy's feet is only about 0.14 times 0.09 square millimeters. It is equivalent to 1/79th of a square millimeter. "16 Chinese calligraphy fonts are hand-carved in an area of 0.25 times 1 square millimeters. Equivalent to 1/4 of a square millimeter. More. The perfect drawings are hand-carved on extremely small areas, such as smaller than rice grains, smaller than sesame seeds, and even within square millimeters. When the micro-carving is enlarged to a 4K picture, the first impression you might think is a perfect drawing, but they are indeed incomparable micro-carvings.